Hi, this is Carlos Paisano from Astor Windows and Doors in Miami. I'm the owner and general manager of Astor Windows and Doors. We specialize in providing and installing impact-resistant windows and doors. And I have a client asking me to show him and her how a kitchen window would look like in two different options. This is for a new construction project, so we have time to design and help specify the best suitable option for their house. So in order to present the possible solutions for them or options, I decided to draw the opening in SketchUp, the three-dimension model software program, you might call it. And for that, I actually replicated scale profiles of the windows that we're going to be installing. I'm not going to draw the glass because it's not needed for the purposes of my presentation and to make a decision. What I'm drawing here is one piece, one unit that right now measures 71.5. It says it should be 71 exact. So if I change the view, I'm gonna remeasure here. Is actually 71.5, but I want it 71. Actually 71.5 is fine because the total opening will be 71.5 times 2, 143, so it's correct. The decision here, and I'm going to show you both options, is whether to have the opening as designed by the architect in two units, or just to have a complete picture window or fixed window that would extend from this point all the way to 143, which is on this guideline reference that I drew here. So I started the video. I had already drew the picture window profile, and I have it here separated or exploded the way they call it as single units. I'm going to create a group here to be able to easily maneuver and do a copy and paste. This is what the architect designed for them, and inside here I'm going to have to draw the actual mull bar that goes inside. Let me bring it from another model that I have, and I'll be right back. Well, I decided to draw the mullion, which is a tube that's going to join together both windows. Let me draw it live so that you see what it looks like and how we can use this tool to draw. I know that my mullion is going to be a measurement of 1 inch by 2 3/4. So I'm going to do 1 by 2 3/4. And this is the mullion. I'm going to group it so that I can manipulate it better. And this mullion goes sitting here. It's going to sit right here at the top, and it's going to make a contact right here. It's going to be more or less flush on the inside. Given my design, of course, I have a little bit of an error here, margin when I drew it, but it should be just semi-flush here. It looks like this part of the frame is too thick, so I can reduce it a little bit. But in practicality, when you have the actual product, it's more or less flush on the inside, more or less like this, even better. So I can extend this and go and create the actual tube all the way down, because we ordered the tube or the mullion approximately the same height if we're joining two horizontal windows, or we can order it a little bit bigger or larger, and then we cut it on the side when we're installing. Now if I change the view, you're going to see as a perspective view is going to look better. So this is the mullion. I'm going to make the mullion. The mullion typically, of course, is the same as color as the product that we are selling or that we are providing. This is going to be anchored to the top and to the bottom with clips. Now for this particular solution that I want to show my client, the architect spec this. 2 identical windows, split in half. This is not quite where I wanted it, so I have to move it. I'm moving the mullion there. Now I need to move that window, and it's going to be placed right here. And this is what it was designed. I can delete the, or just hide the guides so that we can have a better view of what it was designed. The front view will be this one here. Now what I'm suggesting to the client, just in case they wanted it that way, telling that in this particular case the product allows for a one piece, and I said this particular case because not every situation the product is going to comply with the design pressure or the wind loads asked by the engineer, so we have to split it no matter what. But on this particular example, we're going to be able to create or to supply and fabricate one piece only. So I can do this. I can copy the picture window. Let's say I'm going to place it right here, and now I'm going to have to grow this. I can scale it. The thing is, if I use the scale property of the program, the profile is going to change, and the thickness of the aluminum profile, and I don't want to do that. I want to show the client exactly what it looks like. So I'm going to show you how I can explode and assemble this piece and make it 143 inches in width. Let me mark the dimensions here so that you understand what I'm talking about. It's 143 inches tall by 17 inches high. Now I'm going to start moving the pieces around to make it the one piece that I want to present my client with. And I'm going to move it all the way here. It's not quite clicking on the guide that I chose. Let's change the parallel there. Front view, and I'm going to extend the profile here, the frame, all the way to where it needs to go now, more or less here. It's not quite the detail that I wanted, but we'll do it that way for illustration purposes, because in reality when you cut this aluminum you use a machine to cut it in a way that is not going to show this here. For example, it's not going to show it's not going to show these pieces coming up here. Well, the drawing is, for the purposes that I needed, is pretty much done. This is what I want to show the client, especially from the inside, what it looks like. And it seems the design calls for having just below a countertop and the cabinets on top, I believe. I don't have the exact designs, but I can probably draw that, and so you can see what it looks like and help the client decide whether they want the option one, the one designed by the architect with a mullion in between. Very common for us down here in Miami to have these divisions, because the wind load calculations and being in a hurricane zone, we are limited to the dimensions that we can fabricate approved glass and glazing products. In this particular case, because the height wasn't that tall, the square footage of the glass of the entire component, meaning the glass and the frame and everything, allows us to do it in one piece. I'm guessing my client is gonna go for this overview panoramic view. Let's see what they say about it. But I can't move forward until I get approval by the client, because I'm going to be deviating from what the architect signed off on. So I hope this video it's helpful for those people out there trying to learn in SketchUp.